Hello and welcome to Through the Mist with me, your host Owen. This is a Word and Verse Theory podcast where we look at the law and try to understand how it all works. In this episode, we'll be looking at Kane Magic. Oh my god, you can't believe it, I've never been this far away from home. Oh my god, can't you believe it, I've never been this far away from home. Hey! Hello boys, hello girls, hello theys, hello thems, hello it's, hello what's, hello how's, and hello why's. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, my wonderful Mistbusters. That's right, I'm back. I'm bigger, I'm better, I'm still me. Nothing's changed, actually. Whew, I need to center myself. I need to know what I'm doing here, because I don't. I never really do, but I just... Anyway, so, been a while since I was last talking to your ears. Hello. So we'll go back to that last time, episode 29. We'll go back there. I, as always, posted a question to the world of... How did Luke survive the fall? What were your opinions? What did you guys think? Left, right, centre. And as per usual, our dearest friend Darian took up that man's call and went, I got yous, and has come back with an answer to said question. Which goes something like this. I want it to be some interesting Child of Hermes trait. But in the very next book, Percy gets blasted out of an exploding volcano and crash lands in the sea. Having magic water powers shouldn't save him from that nonsense. He survived long enough for Calypso to find him and nurse him back to health. Demigods are more durable than mortals, so it's reasonable for Luke to have survived the impact of a 5-story fall long enough for someone to scoop him up and stuff him full of ambrosia. And I guess so. That is also true. However, there's some things that I disagree with, specifically about the Percy blast out of volcano thing. He lands in water, and we know Percy's water powers save him, as because he falls in the sea, and that would also immediately start the healing process. And also the earth shaker of it all. I always like to believe that if Poseidon had more kids, how the rare trait for Hephaestus kids is to have fire. A rare trait for Hermes kids is to be an earthbender or a lava bender. Because I think Hermes kids, Poseidon's kids, it would be like an earthbender or a lava bender. I think that would be so much fun. And it does I feel like Percy would have some extra resistance to lava because of it. But at the same time, it is probably more reasonable than flying shoes, which I only really added in to slow the fall down in the first place to make it more likely for them to survive. But yeah, it's a very feasible option. And one other thing I want to mention before we get into the main episode, I did post, because I've been having quite a big breaks in between the last few episodes. I have your say sort of episode post, but that's on postponement due to lack of responses from you all. Come on, do better. I feel like I'm being mean every time I do this now, and I don't really know, but you can just come on, please. I would love to hear from humans. Email through.t.mist@gmail.com or go DM me on through_mist on Instagram. Just please, that would be wonderful. Even better, you could voice memo stuff, like on now Spotify for podcasters, because Anchor's changed, and blah 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 blah. I'm not sponsored, but who cares? Yeah, you could do that, and hopefully next month we can gather enough responses, because we've only got like 2, and it's not enough to, as much fun as it would be to do an episode just on 2 responses. I feel like more people's voices. So if you want to join in on that, please do. And all the links are going to be down below, and hopefully we can do it next month. If not, I'm going to pretend it never existed until I get enough responses that slowly drip in. Anyway, let's move on to the episode. So, the meat of this sode, Ewody. What is this? What are we doing here? Why are we here? Well, Kane Magic. So this idea is a bit like the magical items episodes, but this time we're looking at the Kane Chronicles magic system. That's all. That's what it is. So I've got a couple of things on my list that I'm going to talk about, because I don't think I can, even some people may disagree, I don't feel like I could pull out a full episode out of these. So we're doing just a little mashup of a couple of things. Yeah, because I thought it would be fun to talk about, and they've been suggested things. Actually, both of these, well, no, one of these was suggested a while back now. I can't quite remember who by. That's a lie, I can. It was Fran. I wanted to seem like my audience. More people suggest things, but no one does. And it makes me sad. Oh, I'm sad, boy. Yeah. So, and then the other one is just a fun thing that I think I thought of once. But like the magical items episode, as always, you can always get in touch and we can do a part 2 again on this sort of area topic, on the different magic systems that you guys would like to talk about. So, let's go. Avatars. That is what we are going to start this discussion about. Avatars. And not the blue people. Not even the master of all 4 elements. No. We are going to talk about light beings. Or giant glowing chicken men. Whatever you want to call them. So yeah, this is this thing that Carter does where they become a giant glowing chicken man. That is what we're going to talk about. It's unlike anything else we see in the Voidiverse, and it seems it's currently, it's not hindered the idea of expansion happening here. It's a purely Egyptian thing. The only time that we've seen something like this is in the Kane Chronicles, and specifically Carter, and it's the combat. It's combat magic. That's what it is. And basically, what they are light beings that encase the magician summoning it. These can be either like avatars of the god that they might be channeling, or whatever the magician desires if they are producing it of their own accord. They can also do like smaller versions of this where they would just make the fist of the light being and punch someone, rather than the entire avatar whole structure itself. However, it only really looks like a light being in the mortal realm, or our realm, us, where we are right now, this place. Yep, in this store, looking at candles. I hope I freaked someone out there. That was hopefully someone's looking at candles in a store right now. And they were like, what? No? How did they know? I'm okay, I promise. Yes, when they're in the Daunt, the magic place, these avatars actually become flesh and bone. And like, they're not just light beings, but they're like titans. As in, Attack on Titans. I am aware of like this ever so slightly, but I think one person can grow into like an Attack on Titan, like, and it, but like they're a flesh mech. Yeah. But because they're flesh and bone, it actually means they have a bigger punch. So they're able to actually make a bit more contact and it's a bit more real, so it hurts more, as you might expect, actually, to be honest. And because of this simple idea, what I believe is happening with these avatars is when they produce them in the Daunt, it is becoming a physical force. Like, it's becoming a physical thing. Only so much of that magic can be up through and brought into the mortal realm, how it's like the holographical state of the avatars. Like, I think this is like the theory behind it is a bit similar to when Sadie can see the mat and chaos. How it's very much like white and red light. How it that's what it looks like in the mortal realm, but when you peek a bit further, it is pure matte and pure chaos sort of thing. But it's similar where if you peeked through the daunt at it, you would see a full-grown flesh and blood and blony and like sort of thing. But in our realm, outside of the daunt, they can't quite get all that form, so it's just like solid light. And basically, so pure magic represents itself as light in the mortal realm, and I think we can link this back to some other series. Percy Jackson. I don't know what's going on. This is Percy Jackson. When we see the gods glow, like they glow when they go into their divine forms, and that's because it's like the purest form of their magic. Oh gosh. Oh, so it just looks like light to us, where if we could like see through the light, we would see something else. And it's a similar practice and idea, but this is just big, beefy punching machines. That's the only difference. I'm so sorry. Oh no.
Wait a minute.
Leroy Dragons!
Okay, let's go.
Okay, settle. We have not settled down. Okay, yeah, like this is gonna be a short one, and that's fine, because it's just like, let's not have a 2-month break. Come on now. Scrying is the other thing we're going to talk about, and scrying is that they can see things through space, but they're only view things that they've seen before. They need a little special bowl and some oil to do this, and I think we don't really question this sort of thing. It's like one of those certain things in like science fiction and fantasy that you just kind of accept certain truths about the world. And I feel like scrying and this sort of thing is one of them. Like, we don't really question how and why, because partly because being able to do this seems pretty cool and fascinating. And also, especially now, we live in a time where we have effectively got that, but you know, it's in our pocket. It's like FaceTime or Skype or Zoom, or insert your favorite video chatting service of choice here. Like, we've got this sort of magic now, but so we don't really care. Sorry, I'm clicking buttons that you can't see because this is an audio only thing. Yeah, because we just don't think about it, and it's such a staple of this sort of idea that we don't really question why anymore. So that's what we're going to question why. We're going to question why, and we're going to make it make sense for this universe specifically. So we do see other instances of this power in the universe overall. I mean, the most obvious one, let's be possible, is iris messaging, and it's like the big one. It's the big doozy. But compared to scrying, you can actually see everything. You can also hear, which I don't think you can in scrying, because it's a visual-only medium, which is like weird to think about these days. A purely visual medium, no sound, just purely visual. That's weird. Like, where would I guess like photography is a purely visual medium, or like paintings are purely visual, but like moving pictures, sound. I don't know if they've ever been purely visual. Like, there was maybe it's been ages since we've had a purely visual moving picture experience. Weird. Anyway, unlike scrying, where you can only see things that you've previously know of or have seen, with iris messaging you can see everything. And I mean, obvious answer here, this is because, you know, you've got the help of a god on your side, baby, or Fleecy, depending on who you're choosing. And this is being done by a god is making all the big differences, and being like you can see everything. You've never had to be there before, but you can see everything and you can hear everything as well. And with the Fleecy message between Percy and Annabeth, Sun and Neptune, Sun, like it shows hints of this not being able to see things you can't picture, like scrying, because like you have to. Because it's weird what Fleecy says, but it's like the veil that is put in front of Percy and like hiding him from the rest of the world, and like his memories not being able to quite picture exactly what he wants from the call. He just knows a person called Annabeth with blonde hair. Like that's what it's giving off a similar vibe to how scrying is. Only being able to see things that you, or places that you've been, and like people. I don't know if it's people that you've seen. I think you might be able to see all people, but like definitely place-wise, it gives off that vibe of like being able to have a clear picture of what you want before you see it. But with iris messaging, I think we can skip a few of those holes, and you have to be able to picture part of it, not the whole thing, but you still get the whole thing. So if we're saying like all this sort of stuff, it doesn't really explain how or why we are seeing over these massive distances. And my simple answer for that is daunt travel. So we use the idea in daunt travel, but then instead of humans or boats or whatever going through the daunt like they do to get from London to New York in the first Kane Chronicles book, it's like travelling through all these pathways, and it's just directed to wherever it needs to go. So like the scrying bowls act as little portal entrances for everywhere to go, and that's all fun and games. And Wow, nice little short one. Thank you for indulging this theory. If you have any comments on this theories or theories of your own that you want me to discuss, you can email them through to foo.t.mist@gmail.com, or you can follow the Instagrams @foo_the_mist @foo_mist. Make sure to follow the podcast, like this podcast, subscribe to the podcast, do whatever you have to do to help get the podcast out there. I've been Owen, and come back next time as we try to see through the mist.
Okay, let's go.